welcome back to my channel. It's been almost a whole year since I've actually posted something. So today, I guess you can tell by the title of this video what we're gonna be talking about. I'm also gonna be getting ready with y'all, and we're gonna talk, and I'll tell you guys my story and what happened. So let's get right into the video. Okay, so I'm gonna start with putting some lotion on my face. This is the Rose Gold Rescue Gentle Moisturizer and Cream. I actually just found out about this, and it's so good for your face. Okay, so where do we begin? So a lot of you don't know, but I had injured my my ankle. I fell down some stairs on my way to work, and so I couldn't really walk on it for 2 weeks. And then once those 2 weeks was over, I was ready to go back to work. I remember getting ready to go back to work, and I had a strange feeling in my throat. It felt like, when you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm thirsty, I want to drink something. So that's what I assumed it was. Turns out it wasn't that, because I was feeling it throughout the whole day I was at work. So that's when it started. So this happened in the beginning of September. It was a Tuesday when I went back to work, and it didn't feel the no pour problem. Sorry guys, I might forget to tell you guys what I'm using. And I just went to work, like I said, I assumed I was just thirsty, and so throughout the day I felt like that, and I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm not drinking enough water. And when I got back home that same night, it started getting worse. I started feeling more sick, and I was like, okay, something's not right, I was like, this isn't okay. And so I texted my managers. I was like, from both jobs, I work at a clinic and I work at Target, and I told them, hey, I am not feeling well, I am fatigued, I have a headache, and I was like, I'm just not feeling good, and they were like, okay. So it was on September 2nd or September 1st, it was a Tuesday, and then on September 4th I had my appointment to go get tested for COVID. I went to go get tested, and the results didn't come in until Monday, and I got tested positive. So it was pretty bad. Now back to, we started on Tuesday, now to Wednesday. I took my temperature, and I had a fever of 103 or 104. It was pretty strong. I felt extremely weak. I couldn't really do much. Lifting a finger was extremely difficult for me. It felt like I was using all of my strength to do that. And so it was really hard. And then there was a point where I would get panic attacks, so it will make things even worse for me. I remember laying in bed and feeling that my heart was beating, and then it would stop, and then I would have to inhale, and then my heart would start beating again. And that was, I think, the most extremely scary part for me, was because I could feel my heart not beating, So you would constantly see me going like this, like, where's my pulse, counting the beats per minute and stuff. And I was extremely hot. Like, just touching my body would like make you feel hot. I was extremely hot. I had a fever for, I want to say, a week. The fever would not go away. I got my results and I never had a cough. That's the one symptom I guess I didn't have. I had it probably in like the ending, and it wasn't that strong. Honestly, it was very minimal. But I'm very grateful I didn't get a cough because I personally think that it is the worst. So yeah, I wasn't terrified, but I was just like, I have a really bad immune system. So if anyone knows me and they know when I get sick, even if it's just a cold, I get sick for an entire month. And sometimes I even end up going to the hospital. So it's just pretty bad. Now back to my symptoms. I would be hungry, but my body would not want to keep down anything, like absolutely nothing. And so it was really frustrating for me because everybody was telling me to eat, but I'm just like, my body is literally rejecting everything I give it. And so this is gonna get TMI, guys, TMI. But anything I will eat will literally come out both ways. And so nothing would stay, meaning I was extremely dehydrated. And so my body would just refuse to keep anything down. And so I wouldn't want to eat anymore because I was tired of throwing up. Because like the gag reflexes just being like, my neck hurt, and I just didn't want to go through it anymore. But obviously you have to eat. I'm already weak, so I needed more strength. And it was extremely unbearable at that part. And then I started losing my sense of taste with my sense of smell. And let me tell you, I think that's probably like the worst part because I couldn't taste my food. So can you imagine craving something and you not being able to taste it at all, like not even a little bit? Ooh, sorry guys. So for my eyebrows, I used the Dip Brow Pomade in Chocolate by Anastasia. And so now I'm about to use the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer to clean it up. And I'm not going to be wearing foundation. I'm doing like a very natural look today. So I couldn't eat anything, and then I was starting to blow my nose, like I always do, blow my nose, because my nose was very stuffed. I had a lot of mucus in there. And so, blow your nose. And I started bleeding out of my nose. But it wasn't like little droplets just coming out. No, when I say it was bleeding, it was like bleeding. It would just run down. And every time I would exhale, it would just come out even more. And so I became scared of blowing my nose. And that happened only twice. And in case you don't know, you usually bleed like that when your body is extremely dehydrated and there's no moisture in your nostrils. You don't have any more moisture. So I didn't have any more, so I needed, obviously, to get some liquids in my system. And I knew if I would go to the hospital, they would just give me an IV because I needed liquids. So I was like, I'm not going to the hospital just for an IV. So a friend of mine told me to take Pedialyte. So I took Pedialyte. The only thing my body would keep was Ensure. So that's all I could take. No foods. It was just Ensure and Pedialyte that I was literally on. That's it. That's all my body would be okay with. And I was honestly, it was extremely frustrating for me because I wanted to eat like solids. I wanted to eat foods, but I couldn't due to the fact that my body was simply just throw it up. And the symptoms were still there. They didn't go away for a really long time, to be honest. I was really ill. And like a part of me did really think I was like gonna die. Like, not to exaggerate or anything, but I really did think, because of how weak my body was and because of my heart continuously just stopping out of nowhere and me being able to feel it, it was scary. The things I took while I had it was a lot of tea, and I took Theraflu, and let me tell you, that actually helped so much. Theraflu, like, who knew? Because trust me, I know. But Theraflu actually helped me wonders. Like, it helped me so much. So if any of y'all got it, I would recommend taking some Theraflu, because that actually helped me. I drank a lot of hot stuff, not cold stuff. Like, even if I wanted cold water, I kind of really didn't take any. I would just take room temperature water, and I would drink soups and stuff. I think what really what was really deteriorating my mental state, though, was being locked. You know, you can't go anywhere. You have to stay put where you are. And that's what I believe frustrated me the most, was that I couldn't do anything, you know. And if you know me, I'm not a homebody. I do not like staying indoors at all. I like to be out. And so being in the same spot for a whole 2 weeks was extremely frustrating to me, and it was really, really hard on my mental health. And maybe it's not the same for everybody. You know, I know some people that love being at home, that they don't mind and stuff, but personally for me, it was a lot for me. You know, my body was already going through a lot, and then now my mental state, you know, was going through it. You know, I was depressed. I had panic attacks, you know. So my body was just simply going through a lot. I remember there was a party right out here, you know, and obviously I couldn't do anything. So I enjoyed the party, looking out the window, and you're like, oh, cool. But there was not much for me to do, so I just started doing makeup again on myself, because I couldn't do anything. I couldn't go out, and that was really killing me. You know, I guess some people will be like, oh, that's nothing. To me, it was killing me to just stay put. I did get a call from the health organization, and then they asked me a few questions about, it's like an interview. They ask you how you're feeling and what symptoms you got and when it started, and just little small details like that. But honestly, if it wasn't for God, I don't know what I would have done, because like I said, I was really weak. My body was extremely weak. I was extremely dehydrated, that everybody was telling me to go to the hospital. And if you know, this is a respiratory virus. So I was like, I can't go to the hospital. I'm not going to the hospital just for, like I said, just for me being dehydrated. You know, it's just an IV they're going to put on me, and that's it. So, throughout the days, I had to figure out how to keep myself occupied, my mind occupied, you know, from obviously not being able to do anything, you know, not being able to do the things that I would normally do, you know, go out, work. You know, if you know me, you know I'm like practically a workaholic. I'm always working. And so me not being able to do that was extremely hard for me. I felt like a bum, but then again, it wasn't my fault. I hadn't been working for 2 weeks. For 5 weeks altogether. Due to the fact that I had fallen up some stairs, from my ankle, and so that was 2 weeks. Soon as I am able to go back to work, I get the virus, and so that's another 2 weeks. Now the symptom that has actually stayed with me even to this day is the loss of the sense of smell. I cannot smell 100%, and let me tell you, it's been 2 weeks so far since I tested negative, and I still cannot smell 100%. It comes and goes. There are certain things I can, and there are certain things I can't. And honestly, it just started this Thursday that I was able to smell certain things, because I wasn't able to smell anything at all. Like, at all. And so I think it's coming back, hopefully. I pray that it is, because if you don't know, your smell and your sense of taste go one in one. And so if you can't really smell, then you can't really taste 100%, and it's frustrating, because I love my food, especially my wings. Okay, so when I have wings, I kind of want to smell them. So I'm gonna use this Gigi Hadid little palette. It was a tough experience, and I'm not gonna say that it wasn't, and I'm not gonna say that it wasn't as bad as everyone makes it seem. I did not have it as bad as everyone else, and honestly, I want to thank God for that I didn't. But it was still pretty bad for me, and like I said, it affected my mental health. Not just my physical health, but my mental health was really just collapsing, and I recommend anybody, that's going through it right now, find something to do to get your mind off it, and that you're not constantly thinking about it. And I know that's pretty hard when you have to be in lockdown for like 2 whole weeks. Time sort of goes by pretty slow, especially when you're just there by yourself, I would say, hey, call up a friend. Call a friend and let them know, or you don't have to let them know, but just have someone to talk to. Don't do it on your own, because trust me, it's unbearable. And I got tired of Netflix. I got tired of Disney Plus. I got tired of everything. Okay, I was like, I'm tired of watching TV. I can't continuously keep watching TV. There was really not much for me to do here. And I am so grateful that I had people praying for me to help me get through it, because it was a very difficult time for me. I was extremely stressed out because I still have to pay my student loans. And so for me, not being able to work for 5 whole weeks was put a strain on me, because I know I have to pay my student loans. And so 5 weeks of not getting any money can put a toll on somebody like that. Hey, so this is when I decided to just continue to just do my makeup, and then once I was done, I was gonna continue talking to you guys, but I really wanted to focus on what I was saying, so I'm gonna just fast forward this so you guys can just see me do my makeup real quick, and then we'll get back to me talking. So yeah, it was a very difficult time for me and for my family, you know. Obviously everybody was pretty worried about me. So I think God really, not I think, I know, God really had my back with this virus and made sure I didn't get it as bad as anybody. You know, I'm not saying that mine was like the worst experience. No, I'm pretty sure there's people who have it worse, you know, and my experience for me personally was pretty bad. And this virus is pretty serious, y'all. Like, I would say I was doing everything right, you know. Had the mask on, would constantly wash my hands, wasn't that really close to people, you know, but I still got it, okay? So I want to say, just please, you know, don't be selfish. You know, other people have families to go to, you know, and some people can't afford to get sick, okay? They can't afford to take 2 weeks plus off work, you know. They can't afford, you know, to go home and be sick because they're, you know, the head of the household, you know. So when you go out, you know, just please make sure you wear your masks, you know. Just make sure you're not just looking out for yourself but also for others. You know, we gotta keep each other in everyone's prayers. I know a lot of people who now have it, and you know, just praying for them, praying for everyone that has it right now, because it's a very serious virus. And I'm grateful I am here to, you know, be able to share my story and be able to tell you guys how I got through it, you know, and how God got me through it. You know, because it is terrible. You know, I understand that some people are like, yeah, we all get sick, you know, it's cold. Yeah, it's true. We all get sick, but I've never felt this way with another type of sickness, and I always get colds, I always get fever, like throughout the season change, like it's something new. Okay, I always get sick, but this was completely different, and it took a huge toll on my body. I was extremely tired, I would constantly sleep, and I had no energy to do almost absolutely anything. So just please watch out for each other and just keep in mind, you know, that other people have families, you know, other people have kids to go home to, you know. I think we gotta be more mindful of one another, you know. It's a pretty serious virus, you know, but I think at the end of the day, the only person that can really help us get through all of this is really God, you know. And obviously having loved ones, having your family there, you know, it's helpful, you know. I'm so grateful for my boyfriend. He was constantly there taking care of me while I was extremely sick. He was there, you know, taking care of me, making sure I ate, making sure I had enough water, you know, constantly taking my temperature, you know. So just make sure you have someone there, you know, because it takes a lot, not just on your body but on your mental health. So yeah, this was my video for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I haven't been on here for a year, but a lot's been going on in my life, and so it's been really hard for me to just sit down and record a full video for you guys. But thank you to those who still follow me. And if you're new, please subscribe to my channel, and like this video, and also share this video to help somebody else so that they don't feel alone, like they're going through this alone, you know. They'll get through it, you know. I believe everyone will get through it. And it's just about praying hard for everyone who has it. Alright, bye guys.